some days you look at your class and everyone's half asleep. It can be for all sorts of reasons. They could have been sitting too long. It could have been spaghetti with a side of mashed potatoes for lunch in the cafeteria. Why do they do that? I don't know. The weather could have changed from sunny to gray and gloomy, like it is here in Chicago today. Or it could be that crazy day after Halloween where everyone is exhausted from all the candy consumption the day before, and they are just poof out. And there's still work to be done. You need to wake these guys up stat. There are plenty of mindfulness techniques that help us get calm and settle down, but there are also techniques that provide us with energy, settled energy, not hyper wound up energy. Here are some of my favorite techniques that you can use in your classroom or at home. The trick with all of these techniques is to teach them what it looks like, have them walk through the steps, and demonstrate it for them. The more often you do them, then you don't have to keep doing that each time. What makes these techniques useful is that they all keep you in the present moment while you're doing the activity. They engage the mind, they get the blood flowing, and they also get fresh air in the lungs. Be sure to do that with them so that you get the advantage of all those benefits too. And you need the stress reduction. I know you do. You can do these at home or in the classroom. They're great. The first one is called the robot flop. And with this technique, you have everybody stand up and they become really straight, tall robots. And you have everyone puts their hand on their stomach. And when you say flop, they push their stomach in like they're turning off their robotness and deactivating themselves. And you push that tummy and they flop forward, or they push their own tummy. And they all flop forward, loose-limbed, down to the ground. And after they've had a chance to take a couple of deep breaths in and out, on an inward breath, they push their tummy and they reactivate themselves and they bring themselves up straight and tall. It's a really fun one. Kids up to 4th and 5th grade even enjoy this one. The next one is always my favorite, which is to do a quick dance. Now, before you do this in your classroom, you need to be really clear about what your expectations are as far as body space. My rule was always no running because for some reason, boys in general, it's the boys, want to run around the room instead of dance. The other is that they all have their own space. I've had teachers where they say from arm's length, they can't touch anybody. You can have your own descriptions of what that would be, but in general, it was a no touching anybody else rule when I did it in my classroom. You can pick a song that you all like. I loved using old Beatles music or those old great pop songs. My kids particularly loved that song Lollipop. So it was always a fun one for us to do. But there's also lots of programs out there like Go Noodle or I Love Cuckoo Kangaroo, and that are a quick 3-minute song. If you think about the fact that you might feel like you're taking 3 minutes away from teaching, but in fact, when they're half asleep and they need to wake their brains up, that 3 minutes, you're going to lose that 3 minutes anyway. So you might as well do it in a way that revitalizes them. The next thing you can do is think about how you can act out a lesson. So in math, you can use students to get up and be the numbers. It always engages everybody to watch their classmates. You can have them For bigger math problems, you can have them hold a number up that they just write on a piece of paper, or for younger kids, you can actually do the problems where you've got 5 kids and you take away 3. So how many kids do you have left? In one of our favorites was every year was to act out whale migrations with blue whales because they never meet at the equator, and we would have half the class were southern hemisphere whales and the other half were northern hemisphere whales, and they moved back and forth and never met each other. Use your imagination. I know you have one. The next thing you can do is act out I am technique. And so I'm actually, next week's podcast is going to be all about this particular breath. But a quick little lesson is when you breathe in, you say, I am. When you exhale, you say whatever the adjective is. What you can do in advance for this technique is to brainstorm positive attributes or adjectives for your class and put them on a poster or a place on your board, someplace, put it on your computer so that it comes up on your whiteboard, and let them pick, and then you have them act it out. So if it is, I am calm, they can all be calm. And if it's, I am smart, they can all pose like they're smart. Or I am friendly, they can all look friendly. Have them act out what their breath is. And it's a fun one to do. And the last one is far more static. It's one that you can do when everybody has to stay in their seats. And it's just finger pushes. So you touch all your fingers together so your pinkies on each hand meet, ring finger all the way up to your thumbs. You put your fingers together and you just push one hand against the other to get that tension and release. And it also, by doing that, you re-energize yourself by pushing in. And that's a quick one to teach the kids so that they can use it whenever they need it. By using these techniques to wake up your kiddos, you're teaching them mindfulness tools to add to their toolkit. It's a trick up their sleeve that they will have for their whole lives. It gives them the resources to take care of themselves. To book a free call with me or find out how to bring and utilize mindfulness to your own life or to your school, visit leannemeredith.com. You can book a free 30-minute consultation with me. The form is on the website. And you can follow me at meredith.leanne or join the You Are Wise Facebook group where I post ideas a few times a week. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.